Hello everyone, it's Ryan Archer at West Ham Fan TV. I'm back with another player rating show. Obviously yesterday, West Ham suffered their second defeat of the week, losing 3-2 to Bournemouth at the Vitality Stadium. As you know, Josh King, hat-trick, Antonio and Ayew were the goals for West Ham. Disappointing defeat, especially after leading. They have missed 2 penalties as well. It could have been a lot more. But yeah, it's disappointing defeat. We could have got away with a point at the end, but conceding a late goal, it wasn't great. It wasn't a great day all round. So let's just go through the team, and I'm going to give you my players' ratings. So let's start off in goal. Number 1, Darren Randolph. Listen, if it wasn't for him, it could have been 5 or 6. Obviously saved the penalty as well, which was a great save. The first one they hit wide. Yeah, he pulled off a few good saves. Could he have done better on a few of the goals? I don't really think so. Like I said, he kept us in the game sometimes, kept the score down. So look, I'm going to give Darren Randolph a 7 out of 10. Now let's move on to the back 4. Once again, Czech Kiate put in at right back when all this week, if you'd have seen, I put a tweet out. I was calling for him to be put back into midfield where he should be, but he wasn't. I think a lot of fans agreed with me. But once again, Bilic has left Byram out of the team to play Czech at right back. He had I thought he played better than what he did against Chelsea. Good, as we know, good going forward, which you expect from Czech. It's what he naturally does. Few good tackles. Got beat a few times down that right side. But look, he's not a natural right back. So based on yesterday's performance and being better than what he did against Chelsea, I'm going to give Czech Kiate a 6 out of 10. Now let's move on to the centre-back pairing. Let's start off with Jose Font. Once again, not a great game from him. Kept getting beat to the ball, losing a few tackles as well. Give away the penalty, the second penalty for Bournemouth. He looked sloppy. He looked over the place. First few games he played for us, I thought he looked quite solid. Especially Southampton away, you know, as you'd expect. But I thought he'd been playing really well. But then, you know, he just seemed to have dipped in form a bit. And, yeah, he didn't have a great game yesterday, once again. So, based on yesterday's performance, I'm going to give Jose Font a 5 out of 10. I think that's generous. Moving on to his centre-back partner, Winston Reid. I thought he had a alright game yesterday. You know, he had a typical Winston Reid performance. You know, he's putting in solid challenges. He got beat a few times to the ball, like Font. But I thought he had an all-round better game than Font. If it wasn't for him at the back, I think Josh King could have had a couple more goals as well. So, based on that, I'm going to give Winston Reid a 6 out of 10. Now let's move on to the left back, Aaron Cresswell. I don't know what it is with Cresswell lately. He's just not the same sort of player. You know, going forward, I can't fault him. I like the way he goes forward. I like the way he links up with the midfield. He bombs down that left wing. He whips in balls. But it's just his defending lately. And as a left back, as a defender, that's what we need him to do best. And yesterday, just like the whole of the back 4 really, kept losing out, giving the ball away. It wasn't the Aaron Cresswell that we've known over the last couple of seasons. And hopefully, you know, over the next few weeks, he'll start getting back to the Cresswell we all know, because he's not going to get back in the England squad playing how he is at the moment. And Gareth Southgate was at the game yesterday. So no, he didn't really impress me. I know spoke to a lot of the fans who went yesterday and the boys, and they're the same. So I'm going to give Cresswell a 5 out of 10 for yesterday's performance. Now let's move on to the midfield. Let's start off with a centre mid pairing. Obiang. Yeah, decent game, I thought. Got knocked off the ball a few times. He looked a bit weak in some of the challenges, which is not like Obiang, but I mean, maybe obviously playing Chelsea on the Monday and a tough game at Bournemouth yesterday might have taken it out of him a bit. But still, I like the way he controls the midfield, the passes he picks out. He was let down a lot by his forward men yesterday with some of their runs. But look, based on yesterday's performance, I'm going to give Pedro Obiang a 6 out of 10. Now let's move on to the skipper, Mark Noble. Once again, not a great game from Noble. my personal view, he shouldn't have started yesterday. I would have had Cech in now. But look, like I said, I'm not the manager. Bilic gets paid to do that, not me. Once again, wasn't a great performance from Noble. Got booked, silly booking as well. It's personally, I feel he needs a couple of games out of the team. He's not been great lately, as we all know. Once again, giving passes away. I can't fault his heart and dedication, but look, sometimes that don't always win your games. And like I said, I want to see Cech and Obiang get that start together in midfield for a few games. So look, yesterday's performance, Mark Noble, and he was subbed off as well. I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10 for yesterday's performance. Lucky he got a 5, if I'm honest. Now let's go to Faguli. A bit of a mixed game, really. Give away a penalty in the first half, then went straight back down the other end and set up Antonio for his goal. So yeah, a lot of people told me he was very poor yesterday, but what I see of him, I thought he played all right. He makes them runs, you know, he likes to take people on. Yes, he gives the ball away, but listen, out of all the players I've said so far, who don't give the ball away? Like I said, he was involved in the goal. Could have set up Antonio again. So yeah, I mean, look, based on yesterday's performance, I think he was better than what he was against Chelsea. So I'm going to give Faguli a 6 out of 10. Now let's move on to Manuel Lanzini. Moved out of position yesterday. Started out on the left, which is, I know he was doing that last season, but as we know, we prefer him behind Andy Carroll. That's where I think he's better. That's where I think he dictates the game more. But I thought, look, once again, I thought he was our most threatening player. The only player really that wants to take people on. His movement off the ball is second to none. You know, he's slowly becoming probably our best player with Antonio. You know, he's yesterday, like I said, his runs that he was making, finding them passes, and look, and he didn't score yesterday, but you know, he created so many chances. I'm going to give Manuel Lanzini a 7 out of 10 for yesterday's performance. Now let's move on to Antonio, back after his suspension. Got himself a goal, early goal. Thought he had a really good performance, couple of chances to score. He could have probably had a hat-trick yesterday, but look, it's good to have him back. He is our best player at the moment. We missed him against Chelsea, but he's going to be very important to us over the next few weeks. He's been important to us all season, but I think over the next few weeks is where Antonio is going to really shine. We need him to turn up and give his 110 against Leicester on Saturday. Hopefully he gets himself another goal. And as I said, Gareth Southgate was there yesterday, so it wouldn't surprise me if Antonio is back in the England squad. So based on yesterday's performance, I'm also going to give Antonio, same as Lanzini, a 7 out of 10. Quickly moving on to Andy Carroll. Quiet yesterday. I don't know if his injuries affected him more than what we think. Winning headers, but also he was losing headers as well. He was getting himself in positions, but he wasn't getting the right service yesterday. So look, he's just come back from injury, so hopefully over the next few weeks, Andy Carroll will start, get himself a goal. And yeah, so not really much I can say on Andy Carroll, really. I mean, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10 for yesterday's performance. Substitutes, Andre Ayew and Snodgrass come on for Faguli and Noble. Ayew, I thought he was unbelievable when he come on. He has to start now. He's got to start against Leicester. He deserves it. He's 2 goals and assists in his last few games. As we know, he scored yesterday. Great goal. So I'm going to give Andre Ayew, based on yesterday's performance, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Snodgrass, come on for Noble. Making the runs, didn't really make much happen. Better than Noble, I thought, when he come on. So Snodgrass is going to get a 6 out of 10 for me. The last substitute, Sammy Byram, the right back, coming on for Cech. Work that one out. But yeah, I mean, he was involved in Ayew's goal, and that's what I love about Byram. He gets up and down that wing. He offers you more than what Cech can do at right back. So based on that, I'm going to give Byram a 7 out of 10, and Byram for me has to start against Leicester. He's got to go in at that right back, put Cech into midfield, drop Noble, and Andre Ayew as well. I'd bring in probably for Gooley. But look, you know, it's disappointing defeat, 3-2 against Bournemouth. We're only 9 points behind the bottom 3 now. So listen, the next few weeks are going to be massive. If we lose the next 2 games, we're looking over our shoulder. You know, 9 points, teams below can make that up quick. But I'm confident in the boys. Slav and Bilic yesterday, I'm going to rate him as well. Wasn't a great day for Bilic, me personally. Thought his team selection was wrong. Tactics was wrong. Moving players out of position. Even on the touchline, he wasn't as passionate as he used to be. Is he giving up? I hope not. There's rumours that he's not going to be offered a new two-year deal. Personally, I want him to get it. But there's a lot of people now starting to turn on Bilic. But look, as we say on this channel, and it's been said a few times, believe in Bilic. But yesterday, Slav, based on yesterday, I'm going to give you a 3 out of 10 for tactics and just everything. But look, give us your comments below. Give me your ratings. You know, give us your thoughts on yesterday. Give us your thoughts on Bilic's tactics as well, players. And look, I'll leave that there. I'm Ryan Archer at West Ham Fan TV. Listen, also, don't forget, go and watch the fan cams from yesterday and post-match pint. Well, I've spoke to the boys this morning. They filmed it this morning because they're still in Bournemouth. It's more like a post-match hangover show because they didn't sound too great, especially Nicky. But give that a watch when that's up. And look, I'll leave that there. I'm Ryan Archer at West Ham Fan TV. They're my ratings. Now give me yours. Come on, you Irons.